This YouTube show is about two brothers from regional Australia, an accountant and a trader. Together, they have developed groundbreaking trading indicators under the moniker AlphanumetriX. Watch each week as they manage a $50,000 portfolio and battle against the S&P 500.
Hey guys, welcome to episode 6 of AlphanumetriX YouTube show. What a week it's been. Absolute cracker of a week. Bitcoin did exactly what we were hoping it for. It was crazy. I was wrong on my price prediction by about $40 or something. So I'll run you through where we got into Bitcoin, what the positions look like right now. And I wanted to take a moment to talk about the importance of having a plan. We have had a plan for what we were going to do with Bitcoin, and you can see it on all these shows, been going through it week by week by week, but we knew exactly what we wanted to do since the middle of November. We did exactly what we wanted to do, and that's the beauty of having a plan. Everyone's, like as Mike Tyson would say, everyone's got a plan until they get punched in the face, but I deliberately turned off all Twitter and all other YouTubers throughout the week because I knew exactly what I wanted to do. And I did exactly what I said I was going to do and got into a position which I think is a really good position to be in. And I know that those of you who have been watching my show and trying to learn the theology of how we do it at AlphanumetriX, it would have been really, really, really scary to have bought on the green diamond where we did. Totally understand why it was so scary. The world was blowing up. Bitcoin was going to zero, everyone was shouting, even your big YouTube boys that talk, moon boys, they were like, is this the end, is this the end? I tried to avoid all those guys. That's not really my cup of tea. I had a plan, I followed the plan, and I think now we're sitting real pretty. So let's go through what we did on the account. Let's do what I did personally and bought Bitcoin, and we'll run through it right now, eh? Let's get straight into it. Okay, on the 3-day time frame now. As this candle was crashing down, the green diamond appeared on this candle down here. Now, I didn't want the green diamond on this candle because of Vays' MRI sequential system. I really wanted the green diamond on the next 3-day candle, which would make it a red 9 candle, which is where I wanted to be buying. I wanted to have those two things marry up really well together. So we did close the candle with a little bit of strength, and it got rid of the green diamond, which is what I wanted. Then, as this candle opened and began to crash down, I was planning to buy off this, the MRI support zone, and that's what I mentioned in last week's video. At 3,500, that's where I wanted to get into Bitcoin. The green diamond had appeared on this candle, and as we came down, I'm going to bring up these. I had buy orders placed right through here. I began picking up Bitcoin in different increments all the way down to exactly on this MRI support line. And then as we bounced up, I've actually added another buy yesterday as well at this point right here at the 37,800. So I am now 100% entered with all these buys together. I'm going to get rid of these individual buys here and bring up float, AlphanumetriX indicator. This blue line here is my average entry for 100% entered into this position. So where does that leave us now? Kind of in no man's land. I have to rely now on the MRI indicator or drop down for AlphanumetriX indicator on lower time frames, because this is a really nice setup here. We're in terrific profit already. But this could absolutely come up to this 7 exponential moving average on the 3-day time frame, around that 3.9, and then curl over and come back down like it has multiple times before. In the event that happens, if we come up to this 7 exponential moving average and then start to curl over and make our way back down, at my break-even point, I would probably sell 50% of that position and look to re-enter lower, keeping 50% still in that position. I wouldn't sell the whole thing because I view this area as a fantastic buy long term, regardless if it goes lower. So save for that situation there, and if it just comes and wicks down, I'll be hesitant to sell. I might even consider putting a 50% stop loss in below this MRI support line, or even as low as down here. I'll decide that in time, but at the moment we're 100% entered here at 34,855, and I'm very, very satisfied with that position for a long-term trade. I really like this here. I really like this. I can't tell you how satisfied I am with this position. If we came back to this green line, that would be a 100% return on this position. This is a non-leveraged position. I haven't started leverage trading yet. I need a lot more confirmation before I start to leverage trade. But this structure I'm really, really liking. Okay, so if we drop down the time frames a little bit to the daily time frame, we closed this morning's candle above the 7 exponential moving average, and I believe the 7 exponential moving average is starting to curl over. We're still a long way before we start to get confirmation that there's been a reversal on this in my books, but I'm still, as I said, with this entry down here, really happy with this position. You'd have to go down to really low time frames to start to see something that looks more actionable. But you can see here, it is starting to curl up. Nothing is confirmed yet, and nothing is very safe at this point. I don't mind taking a punt at these levels. As I said time and time again, when we get a 3-day diamond, I'm happy to start taking a punt at that point. I wasn't expecting to go 100% long, but I did go 100% long. Maybe I'm a bit of a risk taker, and I wouldn't recommend that, but you know, no guts, no glory. So I did get 100% in at this point. I'm going to go over now to Ethereum, because those of you who are familiar with what I do know that I am not an Ethereum guy. I think Ethereum's junk. But when there's a trade on, there's a trade on, and it came exactly into the wheelhouse that I like. So with a little bit of extra money, I actually bought two Ethereum at each of these green lines with an average entry of this blue line right here. So from 2,349, we bought 2 Ethereum there as well. So that's something that I'm interested in, just because it's completely correlated with Bitcoin, and there is potential upside there, obviously. I'm sure a lot of people watching this right now are all in on Ethereum, but forget about the asset. It fit exactly into the model that we wanted, where you would buy here, you'd be fully out by here, then at that point you're looking for a green diamond. When the green diamond appears, especially down here under the 200 exponential moving average, the risk reward is so good at that point that it's a tradable asset. This could follow exactly, I believe this will follow exactly the same correlation as Bitcoin will. So if it comes back up and tests the 7 exponential moving average here at 2700, I could see that roll over and come back down the same if Bitcoin was to do that. But save for that, I think that there's a really great possibility that this was the bottom, and that'll be a fantastic entry. I'll probably sell it way up higher and do really well on that trade, even though I hate Ethereum. But we'll see how that goes, and that's it for now. Alright guys, I don't have anything to add to today's show. We're going to keep it really brief. It's a beautiful day here in Australia, and I want to go outside and enjoy it. I hope that you got into those entries like I did, and as we've been pointing out here on those green diamonds for the great risk reward trades. Try and stay in those trades as long as possible. Let's hope we get a V-shaped recovery on both Bitcoin and Ethereum, and we go back to the moon, and those entries you'll be able to keep for a really long time and make a fantastic return on those trades. If it doesn't work out and things start to turn around, you've got a buffer now that you'll be able to get out of those trades clearly and look to redeploy the same methodology again at it from a lower price. That's the beauty of entering off those green diamonds. You're always going to have a good bounce from those points, more often than not at least. So worst case scenario, you're able to get out and you've got time to get out. Best case scenario, you just secured yourself a fantastic trade that you'll be able to stay in and really plant a flag in the ground with and stick with for a really long time. Next week's show is going to be really interesting because you will probably be closer to finding out if they were the right entry or if we had to readjust the positions moving forward. Can't wait to bring you next week's show. Thank you so much for your continued support. That's all for today. Matt McGregor from AlphanumetriX.com signing out. Thanks, guys.